Alright, let's do this. Let's see which one we have here. First thing I'm going to do is collect some rupees to buy a shield. So, first thing we want to do is equip this, and collect more rupees actually. Well, yeah. Grinding out rupees. To get about 40, it should be good. Alright, so next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna head over to the Lost Woods because there's some deku scrub salesmen that essentially give us randomized items. Because the deku scrub salesmen are included in the settings of this randomizer. First one is over here, past Skull Kid. And past the bridge to Hyrule Field. Alright, come on. Small key for the fire temple. Let's see here. No. That's okay, there it is. Yeah, got one key right there. Oh, there's some rupees. There's two more salesmen here too. Alright, there's two over here now. Come on. Your best shot. Ow. Okay, I need that recovery heart because of this bastard over here. small key for the Shadow Temple. That's interesting. I think that's all we can do in here. Yeah. So, that's close exhaust from the lost is right here. Alright. Let's see, let's check how it is so far. I don't know how to pause streams. How does that work? Yeah, I'm new to this stuff. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's do this. Let's see which one we have here. First thing we're going to do is collect some rupees to buy a shield. So, first thing we want to do is equip this, and collect more rupees actually. Well, yeah. Once I get about 40, it should be good. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to head over to the Lost Woods, because there's some deku scrub sales that can give us randomized items. Because the deku scrub sales are included in the settings of this randomizer. Okay, so that's super duper loud. Interesting. Okay, well, I'm still trying to figure out. I don't know what this means. The audio is really just super duper loud. Desktop audio. Maybe if I do it like that, we'll see how that works. If I do it like this, maybe alright, let's try this. I don't know if it's gonna be too soft or what, but it was way too loud. The game music was drowning out my voice, and we don't need that. Whoops. Oh well, that'll work. Okay, trying to think. The next thing we can do is actually go into the Great Deku Tree. Collect 5 rupees on the way by jumping over this bridge. Later on, we're not going to really need that many rupees. We're going to be collecting a crap ton, but right now it's very important because we got to buy Deku sticks and stuff because we might not find a sword for a long time. We might have to replace the Deku shield sometimes because the fire keys like to burn those up. Just other things too, like we gotta talk to the Deku scrub salesman and purchase them, whatever they're selling us. So, the mini games too. They cost money too. The adult wallet. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what's up. Already. That is super nice. Oh, let me go ahead and mark these because I kind of started this before a little early. Yeah, that looks about right. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is go in here and normally we get the slingshot here, and once you jump across this little platform, it falls and breaks down and disappears. And after you get a slingshot, let me show you. That little ladder right there, you'd use a slingshot to shoot that and it falls down to create a ledge, or you know, a ladder to get back up to the door, but this probably won't be a slingshot if I had to guess. So that's why we're gonna leave that platform there to get back across. Okay, another key for the Shadow Temple. Alright. There's also a chest up here a lot of people forget about. Piece of heart. Okay. Not too bad. So, see how that falls and breaks? Yeah. That's why we wanted to do that second. And right now, let's see where we're at with this. I'll be right back. Alright. Okay, well, I'm still trying to figure out, I don't know what this means. The audio is really just super duper loud. Desktop. If I do like that, see how that works. If I do it like desktop audio. If I do like that, see how that works. If I do it like this, maybe alright, let's try this. I don't know if it's going to be too soft or what, but it was way too loud. The game music was drowning out my voice, and we don't need that. Whoops. Oh well, that'll work. Okay, trying to think, the next thing we can do is actually go into the Great Deku Tree. Collect 5 rupees on the way by jumping over this bridge. Later on, we're not going to really need that many rupees. We're going to be collecting a crap ton. But right now, it's very important because we got to buy Deku sticks and stuff because we might not find a sword for a long time. We might have to replace the Deku shield sometimes. The fire keys like to burn those up. Just other things too. Like, gotta talk to the Deku script salesman and purchase them, whatever they're selling us. So, the mini games too. They cost money too. Yeah, tote wallet. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what's up. Already. That is super nice. Oh, let me go ahead and mark these because I kind of started this before a little early. Yeah, that looks about right. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is go in here and Normally we get a slingshot in here, and once you jump across this little platform, it falls and breaks down and disappears. And after you get a slingshot, let me show you. That little ladder right there, you use a slingshot to shoot that, and it falls down to create a ledge, or a ladder to get back up to the door. But this probably won't be a slingshot if I had to guess. So that's why we're gonna leave that platform there to get back across. Okay, another key for the Shadows Temple. Alright. There's also a chest up here a lot of people forget about. Piece of heart. Okay. Not too bad. So, see how that falls and breaks? Yeah. That's why we wanted to do that second. And right now, let's see where we're at with this. I'll be right back. Hey, I'm back. The next thing I want to try to do is actually somehow add a place for let's see, this guy right here. You can't see it on the screen right now. I just want to be able to show people the randomizer window, I guess the GUI, to set it up. Let's see here. Maybe another window capture? Let's see. Add new source. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to put it in the background. So basically, just want to show you guys how I set this up. First thing we have is the ROM options. We have the base ROM, and I have it right here in my documents. Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time N64 file, and that's the base ROM we want to use. Create a spoiler log just in case we get stuck. We always want to compress the ROM, because if we don't, it won't work. It will definitely crash, like it's saying. Yeah, so targeting options, Z targeting. Usually I have it on hold. I usually like to have it on hold generally, but on this emulator it seems to be finicky with that, so I just do switch. It's a little bit easier. Alright, so main rules I've got set up. So open forest. Basically, you can leave the forest without being a Deku tree, and the Deku tree is also accessible without the shield and the sword, and that makes things have more options for things. Open Kakarika Gate. Yeah, usually you would get Zelda's letter. Yeah, usually you would get Zelda's letter, and it would be able to open the gate, and you'd be able to go into Death Mountain because you showed the guard at Kakariko. Open Door of Time. That means this is a very important one. Instead of needing the Ocarina and the Song of Time, you usually play that at the Door of Time and the Temple of Time. Yeah, usually that's how you get back there to the Master Sword, and you pull it, and you go 7 years in the future, and Ganondorf takes over, and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it still works the same, but you don't need the Ocarina of Time or the Song of Time. This is going to be open from the get-go, so you can go back and forth between adult and child Link, and it may be necessary because something you may need in your child section might be in the adult section. So you might find the boomerang when you go back to the future, 7 years in the future. You know, play your as an adult there and come back, and then now you have the boomerang in the past. You know, because logic, right? Default behavior of the Gerudo Fortress. So you can choose to do only one Carpenter or start with the Gerudo card. I always like to try to find a Gerudo card. It's more interesting. And I also like to shuffle the Gerudo card. I got that right here because if I save the Carpenters and stuff, that's always going to give me the Gerudo card. And I decided kind of like things to be mixed up a little bit. And the Gerudo card, all it does is it gives you access to the Gerudo training grounds, which there's a lot of chests in there. There's like 22 chests or something like that. I mean, it's a lot. And it's probably got a lot of goodies in there, but it makes it more satisfying to be able to find the Gerudo card rather than, oh, you got Epona or you got the long shot. And basically, that's you just need the hook. You either need the long shot by itself, or you need Epona plus the hook shot or the bow, just to be able to save all the Carpenters. And once you save all the Carpenters, you would just have the card. But no. But I still have the default behavior for the Gerudo Fortress because the reason I have that is because if you only have it to save one Carpenter, then you honestly wouldn't need the hook shot, or you wouldn't need the bow to be able to have free access to the Gerudo Fortress, because normally you save all the Carpenters, all 4 Carpenters, and then you can roam around the Gerudo Fortress because the lead guard is impressed by your skills of killing off and sneaking around all the guards, and then she's like, yeah, you're one of us. And usually in the original game she gives you the Gerudo card, but you know, if you have Shuffle Gerudo card, it just allows you to roam freely in there, so you can access horseback archery minigame and the Gerudo training grounds if you have the card to get in. But I like to have that as default. And with Key Sanity, instead of always getting the keys, the keys that open the Carpenter, instead of getting the keys to always open the Carpenter jail cells and from defeating the guards, you have to find them out in the overworld. So what they drop might be something completely different. It might be something you actually need. So with the Rainbow Bridge requirement, that's the bridge that allows you to access Ganon's castle to be able to complete the game. Well, once you be able to get inside, you defeat all the trials, and then you go to the next part of the dungeon, get the boss key, and you enter the boss fight with Ganondorf. And once you do that, then you defeat Ganondorf, and then the tower's collapsing. You gotta escape with Zelda down, just all the way down the castle as it's collapsing. And then once it's completely destroyed, Ganon comes out the rubble, and you have to fight Ganon at the ultimate battle. Well, anyway, before all that, you have to get the bridge, and usually you get the medallions as an adult. But I have it set to all dungeons because this just makes it more interesting, because that means I gotta figure out where all my items are to figure, to be able to complete every dungeon. It's more complete, to more complete playthrough of the game. So that went off that way I can't just beat the entire game without having to skip large parts of the game that weren't meant to be skipped. So Ganon's Trials 6, we had this set it the normal amount. That's how many are in the regular game. I'll just keep it vanilla there. All locations reachable. Yes, I like that. I don't want anything to be locked out. However, no. I don't like bomb choosing logic, because it means there's more options to find to get some bombs and get blow up things. I like being able to find the bomb bag, and then you needing the bomb bag to do bomb bowling, and being able to do the standard stuff in logic using the bomb bag. So dungeon quest. Oh yeah, and dungeons have one major item. No, I like that to be randomized. I don't like to know how many major items each dungeon has. Like one dungeon could have like 6, another one could have 0. I like that. Okay, dungeon quest. Basically, you want vanilla. All dungeons are vanilla, like from the regular game, or they're from Master Quest, or is a mix of the two. I don't really like the Master Quest dungeon, so I just keep it vanilla. Shuffles. Yes, definitely shuffle the sword. It makes things more interesting. As a kid, at least. And as an adult, you always have the Master Sword. Shuffle Weird Egg. Yeah, so Weird Eggs. So usually Milan gives you the Weird Egg outside Hyrule Castle, and you usually sneak past the guards outside, and then you see Talon, her father. He's like the owner of Lon Lon Ranch, the rancher, and he's sleeping, and the Weird Egg is incubated, and it turns into a chicken, and you use the chicken or rooster, whatever, to wake him up, and he goes running off. He's like, oh crap, Milan's gonna kill me, I've been sleeping, oh no. And then he unblocks the way to you to push these crates to be able to access the courtyard, and then you gotta sneak past the guards in the courtyard to be able to talk to Zelda, who gives you the letter. So basically you need the Weird Egg to get Zelda's letter, which you need to open up, which you usually need in the game to open up the gate to Death Mountain at Kakariko Village, but we have that open, so that's not really important. However, getting the letter, if you show it to the guard, it starts the mass trading quest, because the shop will not open until you give the letter to the guard, and the only way you get the letter is to get into the courtyard, and the only way to get into the courtyard is to wake up Milan's father, with the Weird Egg. Also, waking up Talon makes Talon and Milan go back to the ranch, so that Talon will be in his ranch, and there's like a chicken mini game you can play with him there, and he can give you a reward from that, and then Milan usually teaches you Epona's song, and she can give you an item there too. So there's several things this thing can give you. Yeah, and also Zelda's letter also triggers Saria being in the Sacred Forest Meadow, where she usually teaches you Saria's song, She won't be there if you don't have Zelda's letter. Ocarinas, that's self-explanatory. Can't play any songs without an ocarina. You gotta find them. Oh, I love this option. Shuffle the songs with the items. So the songs aren't just gonna appear where songs are gonna appear, like where Sheik teaches you, or Impa teaches you, or Milan teaches you, or whatever, or you know the windmill guy. It's there just can be anywhere. Just in a random chest, or you defeat an enemy. It's just like, oh look, you learned this song. It makes things interesting because songs actually lock you out of a lot of things I've learned. I mean, it really does. Salesmen, I like shuffling them too because some more grottos. There's a lot more salesmen too than because in the original one, if you don't shuffle these, you only the ones that give you upgrades, which there's only like 3 of them. With these, there's like so many of them that could potentially hold items. So you gotta find all the salesmen. I like that. Makes you check more things. I don't like shop sanity though because the contents of the shop are randomized, so you have potentially progression items in the shop and you gotta pay for them. I don't like that because I don't like seeing what I'm gonna be getting. Like, so if I go in a shop and I see, oh look, the mirror shield, I'm like, oh well, I know where it's at now. It makes no fun to me. I'd rather go find it rather than, oh crap, I need to go find some rupees to buy this. Like, it's not my thing. Shuffle dungeon items. Oh, I like this. So you can have the option to remove them completely. You can also have them to where they're only in the dungeon, or you can have them anywhere. I like having them anywhere because it makes it more interesting and funny. Small key, same thing with the keys and the boss keys. They can be only in the dungeon. They can be anywhere, which is called key sanity. If you remove them, it's called keysy. It's like a play on words because it's easy, no keys. So it definitely flips dungeon logic on its head because you don't need keys to progress. You can go anywhere in the dungeon as long as you have the correct items. But you have a lot more things to check too. I don't like having access to information, so I take that off. Token sanity is insane. That's just all the 100 gold Skulltulas in the game. They can be randomized items, and so if you go, kill a gold Skulltula on the wall somewhere, and you get the token, you can get like the freaking boomerang or something ridiculous like that. I mean, it does make it more crazy and chaotic, but it's not as fun to me. It's a little too extreme. I do have the Skulltula token rewards thing. Have it set to 50, so I may need to find 50. There could be one in the 10 item, the 20 item, 30 item, 40, and 50. These are like remove specific locations. I like being able to remove stuff. The only ones I don't like is 1500 horseback archery because I suck at that game. And I've had an important item on that one, and that really was awful. Trying to get that. Dabe a second time, I don't like that either. It's really annoying. Just erasing him one time is enough without him throwing fire behind himself. And it's just not my idea of a good time. Big on reward, it's tedious. All these timers and stuff. Just there's certain things. I mean, yeah, if I add them, there's gonna be a couple more options to look for things, and that could be randomized. But it's not worth it to me because I don't want to have to do all that. Now, big pose is usually a hassle. Getting all 10 big pose, bottling them up, and taking them to the pose salesman or whatever. However, speed ups. You can change the amount of big pose. I change it to 1. So I like being, having an item location that forces me to have opponent and the bow, because you need to be on opponent and you need the bow to be able to get big pose and kill them and get their pose spirit or whatever, bottle them up. So I like that. I don't like trying to get all 10 and get that reward. That's tedious. But just 1 is fine. Oh yeah, and over here, specific expected tricks. Child dead hand without Gokiri's sword. So like I said, I like starting out with the sword, so sometimes it forces you to use Deku sticks, and so dead hand is one of those enemies that can't be killed with other items besides the sword or Deku sticks. So the only way to kill dead hand is if you have one of those. But it takes quite a few Deku sticks to kill him, and see what it says. It says 9 sticks or 5 jump slashes with the stick. So it's a lot. So this one, Dodongo's Cavern, Spike Trap Room, Jump Without Hover Boots. It's a little trick, and it's a really interesting one. It's really simple though. You come back to Dodongo's Cavern as an adult, and in the Blade Trap Room, there's like a little platform you can jump to just straight up. Normally you go around, you have to go bomb the wall, go down this hallway where you have to use a slingshot, block fire, and then you gotta fight Lizalfos, and you gotta go through another hallway with doing the slingshot puzzles, removing fire, and then you get to the other side to be able to get to the bomb bag. Well, this skips all that. You just jump, you angle it a certain way, and you're able to jump to it as an adult. You grab onto the ledge, and then you jump over to where you normally be, so you don't have to do all that, and I like that. No, I don't like cheese and stuff like Zor domain entry with a cuckoo. So you can technically get a cuckoo at the beginning of the river, and you take them all the way up to the entrance, and then you get behind the waterfall using the cuckoo. That's just, it's a glitch. I'd rather. I think it's more interesting to try to get to the domain, needing to find Zelda's Lullaby. Well, first of all, the ocarina, and then the Zelda's Lullaby to either open up the waterfall, or the alternative way, which is getting the silver scale and diving by Lake Hylia and using that shortcut. That's always interesting too. Hover boots, same thing. I don't like having fewer tunic requirements because what's this? Yeah, because I like tunics. I like having different tunics. Makes it more interesting, I think. I don't like seeing Link in the same tunic all the time. No, I don't want to skip that. I like the tower escape. Skip interior castle. Yeah, that's boring. I hate the opponent race. Fast chess cutscenes. I like that. Start with Scarecrow song because talking to him, who cares? As long as as long as I find Ocarina, I should have the Scarecrow song. I mean, because all that's really needed is you have the Ocarina, you go talk to him, and boom, that's it. And as long as I have the Ocarina, it's fine. Normal difficulty, the Gossip Stones. They can provide hints. Need nothing. I like having Mask of Truth. It's a little more convoluted to get to that because in order to get the Mask of Truth, you have to go through all the way through the mask trading side quest, and in order to do that, you need on the first part of the quest, you need Zelda's letter to start the quest first of all, and then you need Zelda letter to start the quest, and then open up the shop, get the Keaton mask, go to the guy at the Kakariko Guard, show him the Keaton mask, he buys it from you, and then you get the spooky mask. No, wait. No. Then you get the skull mask, and then you go get the skull mask. I think. Yeah, then you get the skull mask, and then you show it to the Deku Theater in the Lost Woods, and then that guy gives you something, the elder dude, and then you come back, and then the second part is more interesting, because you know the second part, I think, yeah, the second part, you gotta show it to Skull Kid, but in order to show it to Skull Kid, you have to play Saria's song to him. So you need the ocarina, and you gotta have to know Saria's song played to him, and then before he'll buy the Skull Mask from you. Then you get the Skull Mask, and then you're able to get the Spooky Mask, and then you sell it to the guy, the Graveyard Kid who likes Dompe. And then you go back, and then you get the Bunny Hood, and then the Running Man. This is the interesting part. Running Man is the one who wants to buy the Bunny Hood from you, but he doesn't appear until you have all 3 spiritual stones. But those are randomized, so you can't. So just because you beat all 3 trial dungeons doesn't mean you're also gonna get the spiritual stones. So you gotta get all the spiritual stones to awake Running Man, and then once you do that, then you get the Mask of Truth. So. No tech shuffling. And then cosmetics, finally. You can randomize music, that makes it funny. No music, no, that's lame. Normal, you know. And I've selected some color options I like. You know, I got my purple tunic I like. I got this really nice burgundy tunic, and then I got this like greenish blue. This greenish blue color I really like. It's kind of like an eagle's green, but more bluish. And then tail, she's really nice. I like the red outline and the purple instead of standard blue Navi. Red for the enemy, because, you know, it's danger. Aslo, I guess, is green. It's like NPCs, not danger. And then the targeting prop, I guess, is more of a neutral thing. It's more of like a neutral color. It's like this, kind of like this, I guess, orange or brown color. I like how they have options for like the different companions in Zelda, like Tattle and Tail from Majora's Mask, and Fee from Skyward Sword, Celia, and Linebeck from Phantom Hourglass, and then Epona from Ocarina of Time, Eslo from Minish Cap, King of Red Lions from Wind Waker, Loftwing from Skyward Sword, Midna from Twilight Princess, Phantom Zelda from Spirit Tracks. Interesting stuff. Yeah, but sound effects too, and I don't really like to change those too much. I just made a softer beat for the low health stuff, not as annoying. So yeah, that's that. Let's take a look.
Thing we can do is to like gotta talk to the Deku salesman and purchase them whatever they're selling us. So
we're gonna put that in the background. So basically, just want to show you guys how I set this up. First thing we have is the ROM option. I have the base ROM, and I have it right here in my documents. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, N64 file, and This is the base ROM we want to use. Create a spoiler log just in case we get stuck. And I just made a doofus. I made a dupe. A whoopsie daisy. Because I was doing all explanation without putting this at the front. And I did all that talking without you being able to see this. So, yeah, good job, Taylor. Well, let's go over it again. Select the base ROM. Got the Zelda Ocarina of Time in 64 file. Create a spoiler log in case we get stuck. We gotta compress the ROM because it will crash if we don't. Main rules. All the stuff I've talked about, like needing Deku sticks. If you shuffle this and it's not, you don't get this carry sword right away. Weird Egg gives you Zelda's letter and waking up Talon and sends Milan and Talon back to Lon Ranch. All this stuff makes it more interesting. Key sanity, they can appear anywhere. No horseback archery, nah. Cosmetics, tails, Tsunabi color, red is the targeting enemy, as low as the target NPC, mid is the prop, tunic color is purple, sort of standard, Goron red, which I have is like a burgundy red, and then like a blue green, kind of like a equals green, bluish. Well, it's more like a blue, how it looks for the Zora tunic. And then yep, start with Scarecrow song. Yeah, I like all these options. So yeah. This is the base ROM we want to use. Create a spoiler log just in case we get stuck. And I just made a doofus. I made a dupe. Well, whoopsie daisy. Because I was doing all explanation without putting this at the front. And I did all that talking without you being able to see this. So, yeah, good job, Taylor. Well, let's go over it again. Select the base ROM. Got the Zelda Ocarina of Time in 64 file. Create a spoiler log in case we get stuck. We gotta compress the ROM because it will crash if we don't. Main rules. All the stuff I've talked about, like needing Deku sticks. If you shuffle this and it's not, you don't get this carry sword right away. Weird Egg gives you Zelda's letter and waking up Talon and sends Milan and Talon back to Lon Ranch. All this stuff makes it more interesting. Key sanity, that can appear anywhere. No horseback archery, nah. Cosmetics, tails, Tsunabi color, red is the targeting enemy, as low as the target NPC, mid is the prop, tunic color is purple, sort of standard, Goron red, which I have is like a burgundy red, then like a blue green, kind of like a equals green, bluish. Well, it's more like a blue, how it looks for the Zora tunic. And then yep, start with Scarecrow song. Yeah, I like all these options. So yeah. Let's try one other thing. First of all, let's put this back to the background. Let's turn up the game volume just a little bit more, just because it was too loud before. Now it's a little too soft. So let's try this. So normally you use a slingshot to shoot these spiders, but you can sneak past them too. They're actually called skulltulas. Oops! Wow. Can't touch their leg, I guess. As long as you're not moving while they're looking at you, they just like they don't even. As long as you're not moving while they're looking at you, they just don't even think you're. They won't mess with you. I don't know why, but they just like, oh, where'd he go? Where'd he go? So there's a room over here, and as all, like classic Zelda, we got switches. I think this is the first one in the game, the first one in the 3D game. Got this chest right here. Magic! I got the magic in me. We're gonna need these. That's the first gold Chilla. So that's always interesting. Bloopy. Ow. Ow. And light this torch to open the door. Back up. Wait for him to turn around and bah! Let's get another one. And let's get this one right here so we get full hearts. Oh yeah. Usually you get the slingshot or boomerang to get that one, but got pro strats. Well, first of all, let's get this switch and burn that web over there. Ice chest already. I love the ice chest. It's a troll. Alright, so do a jump slash to get this one. You gotta kind of lock in place and hoo-yah! Like that. And you gotta do it again to... Well, actually, no, you just jump to get it. You gotta kind of hit it just right. And we don't have the slingshot, so we can't really do anything else. That's all we can do right now. So let's see. See how that turned out.
Space run we want to use. Create a squirrel log just in case we get stuck.
Let's try one other thing. First of all, let's put this back to the background. Let's Let's turn up the game volume just a little bit more, just because it was too loud before. Now it's a little too soft. So let's try this. So normally use a slingshot to shoot these spiders, but you can sneak past them too. They're actually called skulltulas. Whoops! Wow. Can't touch their leg, I guess. As long as you're not moving while they're looking at you. They just like they don't even. As long as you're not moving while they're looking at you, they just don't even think you're. They won't mess with you. I don't know why, but they just like, oh, where'd he go? Where'd he go? So there's a room over here, and as all, like classic Zelda, we got switches. I think it's the first one in the game, first one of the 3D game. Got this chest right here. Magic! I got the magic in me. We're gonna need these. That's the first gold Stilla. So, that's always interesting. Bloopy. Ow. Ow. And light this torch to open the door. Back up. Wait for him to turn around and ah! Let's get another one. And let's get this one right here so we get full of hearts. Oh yeah. Usually you get the slingshot or boomerang to get that one, but got pro strats. Well, first of all, let's get the switch and burn that web over there. Nice chest already. Nice chest as a troll. Alright, so do a jump slash to get this one. You gotta kinda lock in place. And hoo-yah! Like that. And you gotta do it again to... Well, actually, no, you just jump to get it. You gotta kinda hit it just right. And we don't have the slingshot, so we can't really do anything else. That's all we can do right now. So let's see. See how that turned out.
As long as you're not moving.
Well, I think I got it pretty down packed right now. So